Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Geebz here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge, pulling back the layers and dissecting suggested tracks. Another brand new band, never been on this channel. I want to, Eternity's End, and the name of the track is Arcturus Prime. Whoops, let me get, stand by, I gotta get my headsets. Oh shit. Anyhow, like usual, I want to thank you guys for all your support. I know that me coming back this year, I've started off with a lot of new bands, and I'm going to kind of stay on that for a couple weeks, the best that I can, and then I'm going to glide back into some of our heavy hitters, and I am still trying to catch as many genres as possible. Just remember, you guys send me suggestions, I look it up, I click and I go. I don't do it a lot of homework, so, you know, I'm just having as much fun as you guys are. I'm going on this full metal and rock and subgenre dog hunt and loving every bit of it. And also I want to thank you guys for your support. You already know how to support me. And if you'd like, fine. If not, sharing the video also works too, and I want to thank you guys for doing that too. All right guys, let's do this. Eternity's End, Arcturus Prime. All right. What a huge hook. What a huge, massive hook that is. Those really rich, deep harmonies that are going on there. That vocalist has a great voice. Now, the obvious is, the elephant in the room is the absolutely meter-perfect execution of these guitar arrangements. You know, I don't have that. I don't have that skill set. I didn't woodshed on that. I was too busy writing music for a living, you know, as a composer and stuff. But guitar has always been something that I've always wanted to get better and faster at. And the only way that you do that is an incredible amount of time focused on it. And then you get to a place where you can execute arrangements like this. It's got to be like, you know, for those of you who are golfers, it's like hitting that sweet spot. Golfing, hockey, baseball, you know, pew pew. I don't know. Just when it all seems to come together and the penny drops, you're able to do and execute these kinds of arrangements. It was just flawless, the opening. I guess there's two. I don't know what the makeup of the band is, so I'm going to say it's two guitar players. The bass, and here's the thing. The obvious is the amazing guitar composition and musicianship. Of course, in the drums as well. I already mentioned the vocals. Listen to the bass. The bass is holding such a powerful arrangement at the bottom. You know, while the guys are, or while the guitar players are just completely terrorizing Meter Madness universe. and doing it just, and the guitar sound too, it's just phenomenal. Listen to the bottom end of the bass carry. It's so much of this song. It's kind of inconspicuous because we are drawn to the little higher ends of the EQ range. We're drawn a little more to the, you know, above the mids, like 3,500 plus, just how we are, I think. Okay, me. but but because there's so much incredible musicianship and riffage going on there, and all these passages, and then the vocals, you know, the vocals are very high up there. The whole bottom end is supported by one musician, and he is absolutely crushing it, the bass tone and stuff. So anyhow, I goobered a little bit there, but yeah, that guitar playing, yeah, that's all I can say about that. Carry on into the night. What the All right. You know, I just got through glamming on the bass, and, you know, what? Really? You know, I'll tell you what I love about that, though, the hammering and the pull-offs and that whole thing that he was doing. What I love about it is the real true feel of legato in that. And for those of you who are just the pure listeners and all that, legato is kind of connected notes, if you would, even though it's incredibly precise in times. It's not staccato, it's not, you know, and that means as fast as it's being plucked is as fast as it's being released, which you're hearing what these guys are doing outside of a number of sweeps the guitar players were doing. This, I'm like, my hands hurt just listening to them. But with the bass, I could feel, this is a little, now this, you know, this isn't a slam against, you know, the guitar players. The guitar players are absolutely masters, and they're mechanized in their precision. That's incredible skills. But with the bass, it's not that a bass player cannot execute that staccato vibe to that kind of work, but there's just something about the connectivity of the notes and stuff. I can even feel, I can hear that I feel the fingers doing the work. I think if you're a bass player or you're a musician, you kind of understand what I'm saying, that humanization of that playing and stuff. But yeah, at this point, you know, I'm thinking that this band is probably mostly written by the musicians, because so far this has been a little more of an instrumental than it has been vocals thus far, but I still have a couple minutes left. But I'm really enjoying this. These guys live must put on an incredible show. And I'm also assuming that a show of this nature too has stuff behind it and a lot of really super sick theater of the mind stuff going on. But anyhow, I just had to stop. That bass was just somewhere in my next life, if there's such a thing. I would love to come back as a bass player. Out of all the things, yeah, I know guitar players get the girls and whatever. There's just something about the bass, man, that I think I missed my calling. I'm lucky I made a living writing music, but I sometimes think I missed my calling as what instrument to play. All right. Man, full on hats off to the singer. It's tremendous range for him. I'm going to assume, because I don't know, that he did his own vocal overdubs. If it's other band members, great. But people who have singers that have that kind of range also have an incredible capability to have 3-4 octaves in the. And I'm not a voice coach. I'm just saying. But you know, a lot of singers can write their own harmonies and stuff, and what it took to fatten up and thicken that hook vocally was fantastic. The drummer, I didn't say much about the drummer because the drummer was just absolutely mental. I mean, all the musicians were incredible, and it's just, you can't really say enough about musicians when they hit this, what's the big term people use now? God tier or something? I don't know. I like being old. I get an old man pass. I can say whatever the fudge I want. But I could still glam on musicianship and stuff, and it's just wonderful to listen to. But in my mind, I'm sure you could probably see when I'm listening to it, I'm mapping out notes in my head the way I think about it, and I said this in my last video, is I'm mapping out notes on paper. So it's almost like I'm listening to music, I'm listening to these guys just completely crush it, and it's almost like a typewriter hitting notes, you know, across sheet music for me. So it's very entertaining for me, but that's why I talk to puppets by myself, because easily entertained. Voices in my head, typewriters of music, you know. Anyhow, I don't know why I just kind of ventured into that side. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for suggesting this. I really appreciate it. I got all kinds of fun stuff coming at you. I hope you guys are having a great day. And once again, thanks for, you know, if you don't feel like supporting me in the ways I said earlier, sharing the video works just as well, and I really appreciate that too. Hey, and don't forget, I've done over 400 videos. Just by chance, if you go to the front of my YouTube channel, you got the little, you know, search looking glass. Look up a band that maybe you think I may have done. You'd be surprised. Maybe I covered them already. All right, guys, take care. Have a killer day. Aloha.